Well, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. I'm Sherry Denny. You guys all know that. Your corporate director, which, by the way, we are going to be making some more of those this year. This is your year. You guys that have been in here since the very beginning. This is the year. There's no more doubt. There's no more waiting around. There's no more what ifs. What's going to happen next? We all know that 2025 is the year. So, like I told myself last night, time to get off your duff. let's get moving on 2025. So, one of the things that we are doing, uh, just started yesterday, was the Team Go Extreme is doing an accountability challenge with the guys that are have created something. And by the way, we're using this book. If you don't have it, that you can print it off, but the Ideal Challenge book. And I got to tell you, at first I thought, oh, here we go again. Somebody else is coming up and they're, trying to encourage us. I mean, who else felt that way? So we've heard so much and over, 4 decades of this. But then when I heard the way that they have really gone about doing this, and they've actually taught multimillionaires to become billionaires. And the one sentence that Michael said that I heard a week ago, that he was talking to a millionaire, multimillionaire, and he says, well, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I've made 100 million this year. And Michael's question to him was, why haven't you made 110 million? And it was like, well, okay, well, you want to show me how to do that? And you guys, we've heard this hundreds of times, if not thousands. Writing it down on paper, seeing it, getting it out of our head and putting it on paper, something magical happens. And it's funny, I'm pretty sure all of us here have done that before. And I'm guilty. I stopped doing it, which is weird because when I did it, it worked. So I'm back to putting all these things back in the book again and writing things down. But here's another thing that they did yesterday. And I'm going to go ahead and put this not in the chat here, but I'll put it on our Team Visionaries messenger chat. Is the Earl Nightingale's The Magic Word. It's 14 minutes long, and it is very inspirational, instructional on how to get your day going. And it's funny because it was something that a couple of years ago, I used to listen to that every single day. And it's what really kept me going. And I know a bunch of us did that. You guys have all heard it, The Magic Word from Earl Nightingale. And I was going to play it this morning, but I thought, no, I am not going to go 14 minutes and be doing that because there's something, I don't want to call it even more special, but something that you do need to see again. So The Magic Word, it's on YouTube by Earl Nightingale, and take a listen to that when you have time. And because of that, last night, I woke up because the wind was just ridiculously loud. I kept hearing my wood tumbling off the wood pile on my front porch. Beth, you probably know what that's all like, right? So I thought, you know what? I can't sleep right now, so I am going to listen to The Magic Word by Earl Nightingale. And I got through the whole thing, and I woke up actually with a smile on my face this morning. So, okay, so there's that. The other thing that I wanted to bring up is, and I'm going to screen share this really quick because it's the APL Go incentive for the grease trip. By the way, there's 2 of us on here. Beth is one of them, and myself, that have qualified part 1. There's over 30 people that have on the whole Team Go Extreme for part 1 of the trip to Japan. And I am really excited about that. And we're going to keep pushing for that. The qualifications for that, Beth, are you ready for this? Can also help you qualify for Greece. So as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much a done deal. We're going to both places. So I'm going to screen share this. And okay, where is my screen share? I'm going to open this up a little bit more so it's just right there. Okay, screen share number 2, so you guys can see that. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, let me go ahead and, there we go. Get my dream board out of the way there. So that's another thing, you guys. Dream boards are absolutely incredible. So this is what I've taken off, and I printed it out, and I went ahead. I mean, you guys can do this too, because you're all doing over 100 PV a month anyway, and just mark all these off, get them out of the way. But this Greece trip incentive is started January 1, and it's going all the way through August 31st. And these are the qualifications for it. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and go back over. I'm going to bring this up here. And I've already got it queued up. And this is the exact what needs to be done. By the way, this is Tina's dream board. And what needs to be done for the cruise to Greece. So listen up. I think I've got this on here for about 5 or 6 minutes.
That's not income. And we're going to choose the trip to Greece because it happens to be right smack dab in the center, right? And everyone, that should be on everybody's list. So I am going to say this since we are recording. This is, I'm 95% sure. These are the qualifications. I'm 5% sure that something might change because our IT is on vacation until the 9th for the holidays. And then on the 10th, they might come and tweak something. Okay, but I am 95% sure this is exactly what it's going to be. So 4 things that go along with the 4 things we just talked about on the right. 100 PV monthly. Now, one of the possible tweaks. I know it says 100 PV. I think it's probably supposed to say 100 over activity. But again, we won't know until the 10th.
It will.
So at least shoot for this. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 8 months. You have 8 months. How many of you want to go to Greece, first of all? If this is on your bucket list, if this is on your goal, okay, we're going to show you how to create a goal for a travel or a trip that you want to take. And we're using how many of you want to do this? This is on, okay. So then this is perfect for you guys. How many of you can have a 100 PV monthly activity order for the next 8 months? You should be able to check those off in red immediately and not have to wait through August, right? Because this is the easiest of the, okay. The second one, volume requirements, 36,000 for one person, 72,000 for 2 people, okay? 80% can come from your lesser leg volume, and we'll talk about that. 20% can come from your activity. So now we can use the enrollments that are brand new and upgrades on our lesser leg to earn part of the trip. And the other part can come from the reorders, the work you did last month, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, last year, 4 years ago. Those orders are going to count towards the second half, which is the unilevel activity volume, 20%. Okay. You're going to need 12 personal enrollments. That is 1.5 people at the $200 or more level in 8 months. How many of you think you can accomplish that? Are you committed to sign up 2 people every month at $200 or more? Every single person should be raising their hand. If you are working this business 3 or 4 hours a day, even if you're working it 2 hours a day, 2 people in a 30-day period at $200 or higher should happen easily for you, okay? So 12 personal enrollments. They can be associates and they can be customers. How great is that? They're including customers. Now, let's say somebody enrolls for $100 in March, and then they upgrade to $200 or $300 more in April. Does that count? Yes, it does. As long as they enrolled and became over $200 associate within the period of this promotion. And the last one is personal associates upgraded ranks. Okay, meaning if somebody comes into the business and is starting at 0 and they move up to manager, that counts. If somebody's been in the business for a couple of years and they are at the senior director rank and they move up to managing director, that counts. Okay, so 4 times within this 8 months. So every other month, one person that will do whatever it takes to move up one rank. Okay, it doesn't have to be a person that started in this qualification period. It can be any person on your team that moves up in rank, at least one rank. Okay. Now, can you use the same person to move up all 4 ranks? No, it has to be 4 individual people. Okay. This is for everybody, corporate director and below. These are the qualifications for national directors and higher. It's a little bit more. Okay. So let's talk about this. We just talked about the 4 things that we do to get paid, right? Which we should do. Every single person should be focused on these 4 things every day, every week, every month, right? So the personal overactivity, right? That comes from your orders and your customer web sales. Okay, so number 1 takes care of qualification 1. Volume requirements. Well, volume requirements come from, oops, what happened? How do I go backwards? Okay, volume requirements come from 2 things, okay? Volume requirement comes from people on your lesser leg, new people that are being placed into your lesser leg, whether you sponsor them or your team sponsored them. All of that is number 2 and number 4, right? Personal enrollment and team enrollments are what will qualify you for the second thing on the cruise tracker, which is volume requirements. And the 20% of it can come from number 3, which is the activity orders, the orders that come in consistently month after month after month. And then 12 personal recruits, that also comes out of number 2, personal enrollments. And the personal associated upgraded rank, that will come from number 4 when you help your team enroll new people and grow in the company. Okay, so this qualification chart to earn Greece is exactly what you should already be focused on anyway by doing these 4 pillars.
All right, so this is, I wanted to hurry up and get that in here. Hold on just a second, I gotta turn that off. and be able to give you the right from the horse's mouth how this is going to happen. And really, the only thing we think is going to change will be, it says 100 PV monthly. It's probably 100, as always, 100 extra than your required PV. Some of you it's 40, some 60, 80, some it's already 100. But it's going to be overactivity. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you this morning. And hold on just a second, and I will get back to my Zoom. All right, here we are. So, and I'm going to stop the screen share. Hi, everybody. So, are there any questions regarding that part of this? Anybody have any questions?
I do.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Randy.
So, of course, point number 2, as we're getting those 12, we're increasing in rank. Of course, that means our overactivity would be increased, correct?
No, you're over. Well, it depends. If you're over, and you see that on your main page, you know that, right? When
right.
If you do sponsor more people and your rank goes up, that's when that goes up. Only when your rank
Correct.
goes up. So, most of us, I mean, even right now, if some people, even though they're managing director and, we're supposed to be doing 100 PV every month, it's because you're diamond, not but because you're diamond. On your main page, some of them, it really only says you need 40. And it also says it in your requirements under your qualification details in your back office. I'm not sure that they're going to be going by that. If this is going to be a company sponsored, which it sounds like it is, Sergey's trying to get individual trips for individual countries now so that there's not 700 people on the yearly cruise. He's going to break it down. That's why this is happening.
Mm.
And because of that, they're going to be going by, if you've got 40 PV back there, like several people do, it's going to be 140.
Well, just do 300 PV every month. You'll be good.
Well, see, that's the thing is most of us are doing over that already. I mean, if it's not three
Well,
or
that's also including customers, correct? Because your customers go to your personal PV.
Your customers are always your personal PV. As a matter of fact,
Correct.
that's how we got the qualification for the trip to Greece. I mean, sorry, the trip to Japan. Yeah, that was a great question, Randy. So anything else? Because I didn't want to make this too long. I just wanted to let people know if they haven't already registered and doing the accountability challenge with the two guys, those two youngsters is what I call them, then you really need to make sure that you join through the link that they have online. And I'll go ahead and put that on. You guys, I know you already all have it. You think you're already all there. But some people haven't done it, and you can catch up with day one. It's already been posted. And the thing is I think he said he's only going to leave it up for 24 hours, maybe 48, and then they're going to put the next day on there. But there's a couple challenges on there that need to be completed today before, let me see, they've got these at 2:00 my time, so that's 4:00 Pacific time. 7, is that the way it goes? I know it's 2:00 in the afternoon because that's the way it's set for me, Alaska time. But if you can want to get registered with that, and then they go ahead and they accept you into the Facebook group, and then you can see what's been going on there. And the only other challenge he had last night was to make sure that you have an accountability partner, somebody completely new, somebody completely different, invite them to register and then have them as your accountability partner. You guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm having a tough time with that. I even called some people that maybe didn't want to do, APL Go. And I thought, wow, this might be good for them. They didn't want to do that either. So kind of told me they probably wouldn't have succeeded with APL Go. And maybe that's why they are where they are in their life right now. Right. So, but that's the challenge, and it's definitely going to be a challenge, but I've got till 2:00. So I'm not giving up. Does anybody have any questions that they have? What's going on? I'm so glad you're here. Anybody? Because I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And by the way, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I did have a Tuesday meeting last week, and I didn't suspect anybody would be there because it was New Year's Eve, but I did send out a message to all you guys, and I do want to let you know I am so grateful and so very thankful for so many of you that have stuck it out after all this time, some just blossoming again, and this is going to be a fun year. Yay, a totally fun year. So thank you everybody for showing up today. That is half of the thing, is just showing up. Does anybody have anything they want to add to this, or before we go, so it's out to everybody else? Anybody? Come on, you're all leaders here. Say something.
Something for the good of the order.
What was that, Randy? Sorry.
I said something for the good of the order.
So let's do what we can today. If you're on that accountability group, and get your accountability partner, and let's make this happen, because these guys really inspired me last night. I feel like a whole new fire has been lit under my rear end, and also seeing that not only able to qualify for the Japan trip, but Greece can be involved in that. Beth, I mean, come on. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see you guys all later today on the training, and then we'll also see you on Team Go Extreme afternoon, evening overview. You guys, I love you all. See you later. Thank you so much for being here.
Bye, y'all.